Hey everyone, welcome back to Stocky Talky. I'll do a quick dive in on Tesla. And first thing I want to say is please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, I can understand that right now the market is extremely frustrating. I am going through it with myself, waking up, looking at the market, being like, what is going on? This is really annoying. I just want it to be green. I want to be making fat stacks every day. Unfortunately, sometimes you go through these 3-month long corrective phases, sometimes 6-month long. And that's just part of living life in the fast lane here, investing in the market. You know, sometimes you got to take it on the chin and invest along the way if you can. And if you can't, just hold. But anyways, diving into Tesla here, you can see we're still trading within the 200 and 20-day MA. And I'd said yesterday, I thought that this 78 retracement level here was going to act as support. You can see we did get below it, but then it was bought back right up real quick. If you actually go into the hourly, you get a better look at it. It literally was just bouncing off of that line all day long, right? So in my opinion, with this whole Russia-Ukraine thing and the Fed coming out every single day and just like being, frankly, the Fed is really bothering me. But I'll keep it at that. Like, it's just brutal. They came out and they basically were like, oh yeah, we're gonna really monitor crypto and possibly put some, like, whatever, who cares? But in my opinion, right now, I really like the fact that the 200-day moving average is acting like a support for Tesla. And the market was just hammered today. And as you can see over here, Tesla only down 0.12%. However, like yesterday, I think they were down around 4.5%, right? So maybe they had their big drop yesterday and they kind of are just consolidating right now. You can see we are really staying between the upper end of this golden pocket here, and again, this 78% retracement level. So in my opinion, I think we are going to kind of trade around in here until the market makes that move higher. And like I said before, if we look at the NASDAQ, I drew this little rectangle out. This rectangle lately has been acting like support. And I said this before, I'm pretty confident that this was the bottom. Like I've said prior videos, there's just a certain point markets get to where the fear is so high, the market's priced in the negativity so much, things are just oversold and undervalued now that big money will start coming in once things start to cool off. Who knows? Maybe Russia decides to invade another country. I don't know. This is just something that we're going to have to watch play out. But again, that's why it's so important to invest in companies that you have extremely strong conviction in for the next 5-10 years, so that in the future you look back and go, I'm glad I held through that 3-6 year-long chaos, because now I'm reaping the rewards. But as I've said, actually, I'll go back to the NASDAQ here just to kind of show you guys how long these prior events took to play out, right? So if we go back to the C crash over here, 1 second, let me just find the date range. Yeah, so if we go from the peak here to when it reached similar levels, it was 100 days, right? So that's 100-day long, just like people wishing the market would go back to normal. So if we go from the peak here to where we are right now, we are, oh, whoops, that's a line, sorry. If we go from, the peak here to where we currently are in the correction, we're, 65 days into this? So I don't know. Anything's possible. Yeah, even back here in, what is this? Yeah, the December 2018 correction. It took about 180 days to get back up, right? So these things take time, but at the end of the day, after this, in my opinion, I think we're going to have a big bull run. It's just you gotta sit in the pocket and take the beating. That's just how it goes sometimes. So again, Tesla today had a pretty decent day considering the bloodbath that was on the market. And if we go over to the stories around Tesla, so Tesla's Giga Berlin factory receives final environmental okay. What investors need to know. The long-delayed Tesla Inc. Giga Berlin factory could soon start cranking out vehicles, augmenting the electric vehicle's giant global production capacity. What happened? Tesla's Giga Berlin has received final environmental clearance. Brandenburg Minister President Dietmar Vogtei said at a Friday press conference, the final construction permit for the factory has been issued to Tesla, Germany's state office for environmental said in a press statement. So this is very, very good news. More hiccups ahead before Tesla can actually begin production. It has to meet several ancillary provisions, including the installation of devices for measuring pollutants and measures to offer protection against fire and accidents. So, I mean, in my opinion, this is a very good sign for Tesla and their numbers going into this coming quarter's earnings and the following quarters. If they can start ramping production, the sooner the better. And it's not, I just think it's only a matter of time until they actually do start cranking vehicles out of that facility. And it's going to significantly help the production and delivery numbers coming out of Tesla. So those are some good things to have coming to us as Tesla shareholders. There was another thing I saw here. Oh yeah, Tesla supplier Panasonic said to be planning a giant U.S. plant to produce new type of batteries for EV maker. So, I mean, that's another great piece of news for Tesla. Again, you got to think about where you think this Tesla or where you think this company is going to be in 5 years. And it's going to be a joke when we look back and think about the price action back here through January, February, and March. Again, I hate doing this every single video, but if you look at the grand scheme, look at the wide, this is like 2 years of price action and it's up like 1,500, 2,000%. So I'm not saying it's going to do that again, but it wouldn't be crazy to say like by 2025 we're at a 2,000 or 2,500 or $3,000 price, right? With FSD, everything coming out. But in the short term, the price action, holy cow, my screen's going nuts. Is just it's like you need to go out on a hike and forget about the stock market every once in a while. And honestly, that's kind of why over the past few days I have been posting less, because I do realize as a shareholder that you need to take a step back and enjoy life, and not. That's part of the reason why I don't like day trading. Is because you're just glued to your screen. Your emotions are fluctuating all day long. I'm a big advocate for buying and holding and getting into companies that I have strong conviction in. So I'll just go into the 30-minute chart here before I wrap this video up and take a little look at what's kind of happened with the price action. I mean, you can actually kind of see, again, we had this same pattern develop a while ago, and I'd pointed it out, but you can see somewhat of an inverted head and shoulders playing out here. Now, if the market does turn, this will be a very bullish pattern for us. You can see shoulder, head, and a bit of a shoulder forming here. So I like to wait and see if this actually plays out before I get too excited, because I was let down by the last one. We just kind of traded sideways and then went down, right? So yeah, like I said before, we're just waiting to kind of see like what the market's going to do over the next month or so. I've been saying I think that the upward trajectory is going to start. Obviously, this Ukraine crisis is severely weighing down the markets as a whole, unless you're in like commodities, oil, the war machine contractors, like those stocks are flourishing. But Everything else is just taking a pounding. So, yeah, you can see shoulder, head, shoulder. I mean, it would be beautiful if this thing shot up to that 1120, 1040 range. But again, we will see what happens. Anything's possible with this market. The Fed is probably going to come out and do a rate hike later on in March. So I think that's going to send the stock market higher. The stock market's going to just love that, eat that right up. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on Monday.